What's going on, YouTubers? I did get a package today. Uh, really excited to get this. This actually shipped earlier than expected. Crazy thing about this piece. So, about 2 years ago, Prime One Studios did on pre-order the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes, and it looked awesome. However, they did some like changes to the wolf on it, made it better, and the thing was delayed, just like delay after delay, basically. A year after pre-order, they do this guy on pre-order, Storm Shadow, and they keep delaying. Like, this was supposed to ship in September, and it got early processing, while Snake Eyes again got another delay, so he'll end up being almost 3 years. Here's the instructions. So, I mean, I do think Snake Eyes in general looks cooler just because of the wolf, and he just looks amazing. But I'm definitely happy to get this early, although I've been expecting Snake Eyes for over 2 years now. Pretty big, heavy box. Happy July 4th to everyone, though. Just got done at the gym doing chest. Was able to bench 425. Then put up 225 26 times right after. And then just pick this bad boy up on the way home. So this is going in my movie collection, of course. I'm a pretty big fan of the movies. I thoroughly enjoyed them. Even though technically this is like the comic book or cartoon or whatever, it looks movie enough to me, and I think the statue in general looks freaking awesome. So, and Prime One really does an awesome job in their 1/4 scale statues. I feel like they're more well done than the 1/3. I know they're smaller, but the amount of detail that goes into them and the design is just better. The 1/3s are always very basic, just like static museum pose, where the 1/4 is more dynamic, bigger, cooler bases, like the Witcher line, this line, some of the other, like, I think the Berserk line, they all look so incredible in the 1/4 scale. So it looks like they did update this back to the nice, like, fabric instead of the paper like on the Wonder Woman. So it's more or less the top and bottom part loaded with statues and base. So this is definitely Storm Shadow. And here's the base and what looks to be the bow and arrow. So I'm going to set this on the ground temporarily. Alrighty. Here we go. Definitely gonna watch the first G.I. Joe movie after I open this bad boy. Base is pretty big. Looks fantastic looking so far. Alrighty, so here's the base. On the bottom, Storm Shadow 350 of 350 or 36, was that 36 of 350 EX. I don't even think they sold the regular on this on Sideshow's website. So here's the base. Pretty big base, very detailed and cool looking for sure. All right, so I see the bow and arrow here. Some sword arms. All right. This definitely has a lot of pieces to it, folks, so please bear with me. That's just some arms and some stuff to him, but I want to put the body on first. There's instructions, which I will follow. Whenever you get these more complicated pieces, it's good to follow the instructions. So, all right, first things first. Got to find the piece to the base. Is it right here? All right, it's right here. So I'm not 100% sure what this is. It looks like a pagoda to me, which is pretty cool actually. Like a red pagoda. The detail is outstanding. Freaking awesome. All right. So, looks like no, that's definitely wrong. All right, right there. Boom. See the pagoda. Next, we're going to put Storm Shadow's body. Very dynamic pose on this. Is there a peg on this? Nope. You just rest basically like this. See that? Really cool pose. All right, boom, boom. Next is his nunchucks. Should leave this right here. It's a really cool thing about this. It has so many accessories. You know, I love ninjas. Ever since I was a young wee lad, I loved frickin' ninjas. They're so cool. Pretty sure it's like this. Pretty sure it's like that. It's not going in. Let's see. All right, must be just like that. Next is over here. His bow and arrow staff, which you got to insert all the little tips of the bow. This is probably going to be a longer unboxing. No, this is definitely not something I can rush. So if you want to go to the review, I recommend probably going to 15 minutes in or 20 minutes in. Gotta load all these little arrow tips. And this goes on the back. Or actually, there's even one more piece to this. Sword holder, which goes like that, and that's magnetic. Next, the arm. So he does come with several sets of arms. I'm probably going to do the sword first, and then do the here's one sword arm. And let's see. So it looks like they did use translucent resin. The skin effect looks incredible. There we go. So the sword is attached separately. Feels like real metal. It's pretty sharp, actually. Boom. Next is the head. That looks pretty awesome. Boom. So, outside of that, you're more or less just switch out parts. Seems like after the arms and head, you just switch out parts. It's also, here's the bow and arrow, the 2 additional hands, the bow, and the other head. Let's look at the other head, see if we can see a huge difference. So this one, you can see more, this looks slightly different. They're so close. I mean, it's like, I don't even know which one's exclusive. But there it is. Let's go ahead and set them up, do a full video review, and see what we think. Alrighty, folks. So here is Storm Shadow set up in the movie collection. So this is more or less just random movies, just stuff I really enjoy, and just cool looking statues like Red Sonja. Now, as you can see, this Storm Shadow is definitely really big, dynamic, and super cool. So here's the switch out parts it comes with. Because I got the exclusive, I got the extra head, which I'll go over in more detail in comparison with the other head later. And then, of course, the bow and arrow, which is probably the display I'll be doing. Although I will say this display right here with the dual swords is much cooler in person than I thought it would be. You know, in pictures it didn't look as cool. Definitely looks really cool here in person, so I definitely like it a lot. But, you know, without the bow and arrow, he's about 25.5 inches tall. I believe with the bow and arrow, he's almost like 29 inches tall due to that bow. So let's go ahead and go into some detail on this. So first things first is the base. Still got a little styrofoam there. So you have this nice thick 2-inch underbase. And, you know, it has this red design on both ends. Just a few different shades of gray and black, more or less. I'm a big fan of underbases. This one looks good. So it fits nicely with the theme they're going. And the base, you basically got rock, tree, the pagoda, and then just, you know, like different moss look all throughout. See that green effect moss on the tree. Very detailed. See, this pagoda is actually really cool and detailed. See that? Looks so real. I think it's really cool. It fits with the whole ninja theme, the way he's on it and his pose. Definitely a cool pose. I like that. So overall, the base looks great. I think the base on the Snake Eyes is a little better based off just pictures. So let's check out Storm Shadow himself. So his costume is textured for the most part on the bottom half and the helmet, not so much on the upper body. But, you know, it looks like he's wearing baggy pants. Got that rope look. This is all polystone, so there's no mixed media. He has there's the chain though there for that nunchuck, which looks really cool. You got several pockets. There's the chest, which is slightly different. The cobra symbol on his chest. The skin effect with this translucent resin really works very well here. It looks super realistic. You can see the vein. You know, you can see like the little, you know, the actual like pores more or less. It looks like pores. It's really well done. The arms, you can see very good texture detail. You can see that arm. It's almost like a little glossy, like he's sweating a little. The texture on the helmet looks great. You can see, you know, the ears, eyes, slightly Chinese-ish look. Overall, fantastic looking. Super detailed. Now, this is waitlisted, so if you didn't pre-order it, you're pretty much out of luck. I tried to go through a third party. So, definitely worth picking up. Here's the sword. Like I said earlier, it's real metal. Now, this is very sharp. You could probably bleed off of that. So this is just this pose. You know, I prepared 29 inches of space right here. I got that poster behind, just from the movie, the first movie. And then this is where Snake Eyes will go with the second movie. Let's look at the back part now. All right, so here's the back part. You can see he just has more stuff on his belt. And then this thing which holds the bow and arrow, this which holds his swords. So there you have the back part. Again, it's very detailed. It's not just a solid white. There's lots of shading in that cloth, in the detail. You got white, gray, black. You can see this is his hood when he wants to go hooded. So it definitely looks really cool. Let's look at it face forward now. So to the side. All right, so if you wanted to have this face forward, I think if you put it on like the right side of the room, like let's say I put it up high, it would look better. But I'm definitely displaying it to the side, like I had at the beginning. But here he looks, facing forward. You can see that red symbol. So if you want to face it forward, this is how that would look. I definitely wouldn't keep it on the left side of the room or the right side of the room, so if you can see it from an angle. But still cool looking, because then you can see all the detail in the back. So just like that. Super cool. All right, let's go ahead and compare the faces now. So I'm going to take that off and let's look at that. Alrighty, so here is the two faces. I feel like that right one is just slightly wider. You can see the mouth guard. It's not textured like the other one. It has this line right here. See, the left one's textured, but the right one has more detail in some areas. I think I might be displaying this one. I'm not sure which is exclusive, to be honest. This one has more texture, but this one I think would fit better with the upper part of the outfit. Plus, I think the actual face itself, you can see the general shape. You can see more of the face on the right one. Plus, his eyes look a little bit bigger, so it's easier to see. So I'll probably display this one. See the detail on that face. All right, so let's put this one on. See that. Twist it back now. All right, so there's the other head. Not sure which one's exclusive. I think it might be this one. They're both pretty cool looking faces, so honestly, whether you go exclusive or regular really doesn't matter because there's not a huge difference. Let's go ahead and try out the bow and arrow now, so I'm going to need a sec to set that up. So here's the switch outs for the swords, just so you can see, and the detailed, this head is the regular head I confirmed. Now, according to this, it basically says the exclusive head is this one, which is the one that I do prefer. So here's the bow and arrow. It's not too difficult to set up. As you can see, it brings a little bit more height to it, because I had planned to display it with the bow and arrow just because Snake Eyes does have sword, and so I don't want them to both have sword. And I don't have too many bow and arrow statues. So there it is. Looks awesome. It'll look really good once I get that Snake Eyes in the other one. Really can't wait to get that. And then this whole section is filled up. Well, got one other treat for you up there that's coming next week. So let's look at the bow and arrow. So he has this arm stretched out, attaches to this. This is also attached to that, so that's one piece. And so you basically bring this back, attach it to the two extended fingers, and this just slides right in between his fingers. Again, the detail on the skin, really well done. I think Prime 1 definitely has a big edge against the competition when it comes to their skin paint app and texture and just realism. They definitely take it to another level. Let me show you in comparison. This is a Sideshow statue. You can see that skin, then you can see the G.I. Joe skin. See the big difference? The translucent resin just really brings out much better, more realism and detail. See that? I mean, well, this is a great looking statue, don't mind you, but if it was translucent resin, it would look much more realistic. So that's the thing with Prime One. They've been using this translucent resin on all their statues pretty much, and it really does make a difference. I feel like, especially in person, the skin detail and texture is just so well done. Overall, this statue is fantastic. It has two switch outs that give it a completely different look, two switch out heads. I wish the heads were a little bit different. You know, like if you put the G.I. Joe symbol maybe on the head of one, I think that'd make it look better. The exclusive, I think that'd look better. But overall, this is a fantastic resin. I might just unframe that poster and display it behind him. I'm thinking about it, because right now I have them in frames. Because originally I had planned to display them both like up high, but I really don't have top shelf space, so I was just gonna do them like this. But I'm very happy with this. I give this a 10 out of 10. It's really just an amazing statue. Such a cool statue. Whether you're a G.I. Joe fan, Ninja fan, this is an amazing 1/4 scale statue. Definitely incredible. So it's waitlisted. You can jump on the wait list if you want, or go through a third party to probably find the regular. And I definitely recommend the regular if you can't get that exclusive. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe. I'll be getting some more stuff here this weekend next week. Have a great day.